Welcome to Modern Day Psychology, where we talk about positivity, spirituality in the modern day life. And I'm MDP, and I want to talk to you guys about celibacy. And the definition of celibacy is practice of not having sex. Everyone doesn't define celibacy the same. Some people abstain from all kinds of sexual contact, kissing or holding hands. Others only refrain from sexual intercourse. I want to talk to y'all a little bit of how my perception on celibacy and my perception on why I have been celibate for quite some time. I've been through a lot of relationships, whether it was dealing with sexual intercourse or it was just a high level of conversation, and I understand the meaning of being intimate with a woman. And I say that to say this is that I know what my soul wants. I know what is good for me. I know what is rightful to have in the life that I live. And I don't want anything that's not 100%. And I mean that by beauty, by professionalism, by divinity, by whatever, however you can go around it when you're dealing with your female counterpart, that will make it a divine situation. If it's not that, I don't want it. And me going through my phases of life and dealing with sex, or me being celibate, or how I became celibate, I just got really tired of just going down that same rabbit hole, or I got tired of going down that same path, and seeing the same path through everybody else that I lived around, and looking at a lot of relationships around me and just understanding like that's not what I wanted. And I seen that clearly. It's like I know how deep, trauma can go when you're dealing with relationships. I know exactly how deep it can go. So it's not like where I'm being like a little kid about it. It's not like where I'm being immature, because I fully understand what it takes to be in a relationship, or what would be the purpose of having sexual intercourse. And me having sexual intercourse, and I'm 28 years old, and the level that I'm on, that I'm naturally going through, that's not a pretend stage, that's not trying to make up some type of way of living just so I can have a certain image. That's just like me having my Cash App at the bottom of the details of my videos. Yeah, I put that there because I believe my content has value, but that is not why I'm doing this. If I don't never receive a dollar from this content or whatever I'm doing, I care more about me putting information and knowledge out so people can understand how I see the world. So this is not no fake shit. And whoever have a problem with me about, or if you run across this video and you think otherwise, then you shall be able to inbox. You can inbox me or find a way to get in contact with me, and I'm willing to talk to you about everything of what you highly disagree about. But at the end of the day, it's like, this is your life. When you dealing, by me being celibate, it's like I understand fully, like I'm on that spiritual shit for real. You're not about to be loving me for material gains. You're not about to be loving me for monetary gains. You're not about to love me for no public image. If me and you are talking, nobody else is going to be in your ear, because if I'm dealing with you, then that means that I'm 100% trustworthy. If I'm dealing with you, you don't need to be running left and right. That means that you are not ready for that level of divine connection with the counterpart like me. I had wrote down some things. So from a spiritual aspect, you can be in a relationship, however, no contact. And is it love that you seek? Is it love that you seek? Are you really like trying to just be out here and saying that you just with somebody? And understand something that I'm saying. This is for the ones that wants to, abide by that spiritual connection. If you don't see yourself understanding spirituality, then, or you don't see no sense of spirituality, then this is not for you. So, I just wanted to make that clear. And is it divine love or is it immature love? I have no problem with being corrected by my counterpart. I have no problem with being motivated by my counterpart without being, being shaded behind after the effect. If I get corrected by my counterpart of like, or motivated and be like, oh, you can do this to make me, so we could be in a better position or whatnot. I understand that. If it's coming from a situation where you have to, when it sounds like it's not you saying these things and it's not coming from you, and that's the problem with me, and that's why a lot of people don't want to, communicate with me, and that's why my love is so raw, because it's like I deal with people on a one-on-one basis. Don't be bringing nobody in no shit, because I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you from anyways. If I'm dealing with you, I'm always going to be real with you, because I'm not here to waste your time. Do you see arguing with your counterpart a normal thing, or do you refrain from arguing and keep things respectful? So it's like, if we have a disagreement or whatnot, like they say, that physical lifestyle, what they say, like, oh, every relationship is not perfect. Every relationship is not perfect. Okay. All right, so we're going to take that. We're going to say every relationship is not perfect. So if every relationship is not perfect, then that means when we do disagree, that means that I've seen in my life where too many times of that disagreement leads to fighting. Too many times of that disagreement leads to disconnection. And are you being celibate due to the level of satisfaction? Are you just like, I can't find nobody to please me like I want to be pleased, so I just rather just fall back? Or are you really in tune with spirit or the spiritual realm or your highest self that is talking to you like you need to find that divine one for you, whether it be masculine or feminine? And what will make you step out of your celibacy? So like I give y'all my thing of what will make me step out of celibacy. My celibacy. So what will make me step out of my celibacy is a person that truly understands me. A person that will actually mentally have in their head that they are willing to go down that line with me, go down that deep, dark journey with me. And I'm not talking about carrying my woe is me or my trauma with me, because I'm clear of all that. And that's what I'm saying. I'm speaking to y'all, and I'm talking to y'all in my point of view, or the way I perceive it too. So it's like, I understand not to bring my past and stuff into the situation, but you have to understand where it's like that's always going to be the case, because it's like I didn't see it yet. I haven't seen a female that I met, or a feminine that I met, to where she was that 100. And this is where I really steps away. This is what causes me to stay in celibacy, is that for y'all women, I respect y'all to the highest level, because it's like y'all always gonna be combative. Y'all always gonna be, like right now, y'all checking to see if I'm gonna say something that's gonna disrespect that line of y'all feminine or y'all natural lifestyle or y'all presence. But I care less to do that. But this is what ticks me off about this is what makes me just stay in my celibacy until the divine or the or Mother Universe gives me, or Isis gives me the one that I'm looking for. Because it's not like I don't see that. If you're a woman and you're listening to this, you are who you are, and that's what it is. But don't take how I want a relationship or how I see a relationship should be or how I see love should be, and you just like apply it to yourself, and you get all messy with it. Get messy with it with them other men that you are trying to attract. You are who you attract. You attract what you are. Like, it's just that simple. So that's another thing. It was like, I don't look at just because I'm like, oh, we don't need to be having sex until we get married or until we get that spiritual ring on us and all that. Just because I see it that way doesn't mean that you're not good enough. You may be good enough for some other man, and I don't discredit you in my eyes. And I'm Modern Day Psychology, and it's all love here. I'm gonna talk to y'all in the next video.